Hi everybody and welcome to Skill Up. My name is Ahmed Akbari and I usually record my lessons in my IELTS speaking classes. In our today's class, we focused on IELTS speaking part 2, which is called individual long-term or topic card. As you know, in this part, the examiner gives you a topic card and you are supposed to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Before you talk, you will have 1 minute in order to think about what you want to say and make notes. One of the important things about topic cards is using prompts or bullet points. As you know, there are some mini questions that you will find on your topic card. Today we focused on using them and making a storyline based on the order of those prompts. So if using them is a little bit confusing for you or you don't know how to use those prompts while you're speaking, I believe watching this video can give you some insights about them. Thanks a lot. Okay, thank you everybody. Now we are going to talk about something very important. In fact, it is inside of the topic card. The first thing that I want you to remember is that we need to know the two components of each topic card. If we know that, it will help us to have a better understanding of the topic itself in part 2. Okay, so let's get started with a sample topic card. This is our topic card, okay? Describe a skill you can teach to others. You should say what a skill it is, when you learned it, how you want to teach it, and explain why you can teach it to others. As you can see, all the topic cards in IELTS Speaking Part 2 start with the main subject. This main subject is sometimes describe, which gives you the topic. Sometimes this main subject start with talk about the time, and in some occasions it can be talk about an occasion. It doesn't matter, but they usually start with these three starters. And in fact, they give you the main topic, the main subject. This is the sentence that tells you what you are supposed to talk about. And after that, the next thing that we have is our prompts or bullet points. Basically, we find them after you should say what a skill it is, when you learn it, how you want to teach it, and explain why you can teach it. So if we look carefully at these prompts, we can understand they are things such as when, where, what, how, who, and at the end, most of the time, it is about your feeling. You can find these prompts in almost all types of topic cards, yeah? As you can see, there are 6 of them, but maybe you can find 3 or 4. Sometimes there are 3 prompts, sometimes there are 4 prompts, but it doesn't matter what the number is, they are always one of these things. Okay, and let's talk about the role of them, why they are important. First of all, you need to know that these prompts gives you a chance in order to have a storyline and details. Okay, I want you to imagine that you are telling a story, or you are describing a movie, or you are talking about the book. Okay? When you want to create this story, these elements are really important because they provide you with the storyline and the details that you need in order to continue your talk, in order to have ideas to talk. And when we look at them carefully, we can understand this is what we need in order to fill these 2 minutes. If you ignore these prompts, if you forget to mention them, first of all, you will be confused because without them, creating a storyline would be very difficult. And also, it is worth mentioning that by using this prompt while you're speaking, you have details. Most of the students have this problem that their talks are short. Okay, but when you think carefully about them, and when you include these prompts in your talk, you will have enough details in order to continue that. And the last thing that I want you to remember about these prompts, okay? The first thing, you can change the order of your prompts. For example, look at this one, okay? When you want to start, it is possible to start with this one, prompt 2, and then you can continue with prompt 1, and then you can start with the third one. So it doesn't matter which one you start with, okay? But there's something important that I want you to remember. If you start with this one, with your first prompt, and then you jump into the last one, your talk would be a little bit strange, because the last prompt that you can find on your topic card is basically reasons and feelings. And if you want to talk about the feeling, before that, you need to develop your story in order to reach the conclusion. So again, you can start with whatever that you want, but don't forget that if you jump from the beginning to the conclusion, your talk will lose its coherence, because naturally speaking, if you want to talk about the reasons and the feelings at the end of your talk, you need to develop other prompts in order to get them. This is the first important rule. The second one, the amount of detail you provide for each prompt can be different. Okay? Imagine that you're talking about this topic card. Okay? You provide some details, okay, in this prompt. But for the second prompt, the amount of detail that you are giving is less compared to the first one. And that is totally okay. Okay? Here it means, for example, you may have a lot of details here, but for this one, you provide less. And for this one, again, you may provide more. And again, here it can be less. So you have this chance to change the amount of prompt, the amount of detail that you can give for each of these prompts. And it allows you to have freedom in your speech. Okay, you are not necessarily forced to provide the same amount of detail for each one. So it can help you to have a better talk. And don't forget that, again, the last prompt, which is mostly reasons and feelings, these two prompts, they are needed to be supported. Okay, because this is the end of your story, and your listener, your examiner, wants to know how it's going to be finished. So make sure you provide enough detail here. Okay, and the third thing that I want you to remember, while you're speaking, if you just ignore looking at your prompts, you will get lost. Okay, based on my experience as an IELTS speaking instructor, I've understood that most of IELTS candidates who forget to look at their prompts while they're speaking will get lost. It doesn't matter how much idea you have, okay? If you don't look at them while you're speaking, you will lose the track. And when you lose the track of your story, there are two possibilities. Sometimes you repeat the same ideas again and again. And in some other cases, you may confuse your listener, because there should be a logical order of adding ideas. So while you're speaking, make sure you're looking at your prompts in order to stay on your track. And most of the time, I suggest to students divide their eye contact between the examiner and the prompts. When you divide them, on the one hand, you can give the signal to the examiner that what you're saying is not memorized, you have a good communication and skill. And on the other hand, it allows you to stay on the track. So these three things are important to be remembered, okay? So we are going to have a practice together. Let's get started. Thanks a lot for watching this video. If you found this video or any other videos in this channel which you think can be helpful, please share it with other friends who want to take IELTS speaking test. And if there's any questions that you need to know about this video or other videos, or if there is any recommendation, please share it with us in order to help us to improve our channel. Thanks a lot.